So I've worked with more than 25,000 people over the last 34 years, and many of them are people that have struggled horribly within the 12-step paradigm or the treatment paradigm throughout Western culture. And whether that's Europe, different places in Europe, and the United States and Canada, and northern parts of South America. And in these places, they all have been entrenched in this idea that there is a support network that's needed. And ironically, all of them that I worked with in this particular demographic were heavily involved in AA, then alumni groups with their rehabs and all kinds of support networks. And yet, they had multiple rehab stays. They had been considered chronic relapsers, and somehow they don't equate the fact. Then they come to me and they say, well, the freedom model says I don't need to be supported. I don't need support. And nobody does, because it's an internal process. It's an inside job. You don't necessarily need to be supported you don't have to be propped up by others in order to get past a substance use problem. And their own experience shows that that hasn't worked. And that, for whatever reason, they missed that. And so I said, well, you've been in support networks now, in some cases, for 30, 40 years, and it's been a train wreck. So why would we do the same thing? Why don't we look at this as addiction is not a nebulous force external to you, but rather a preference that's internal to you, and then you can change your preference internally and move forward with your life with the right information. Doesn't that sound more plausible than the 5 years in rehabs, or the 8 rehabs, or the endless AA meetings, or the endless NA meetings, or the endless therapy, and all the support networks and the community standards, all these things that they're doing that haven't worked? Why don't we try to look inside ourselves and say, why do I like it? And maybe I can challenge that and come to a better conclusion with good information. Yeah. So if you want that information, go to the link tree above. You may have to click it twice because TikTok has a glitch in their system. You sometimes get a white screen. But click on it, get our free book, The Freedom Model for Addictions, Escape the Treatment and Recovery Trap. Click the link tree, hit the free book offer, and get your free book today. It's 470 pages on exactly how to move on without being stifled by feeling like you always need support and that you're weak, because you're not weak. You're a very empowered person. All right, everybody, take care.